वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह।
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Thank you. I'm delighted, of course, to be here to join you in the celebration of Sikhs in sports. I was absolutely delighted to join you earlier in the summer this year at the Saffron Lane Sports Centre, where you celebrated sports with a great festival. It was absolutely brilliant, because it reminded me of my old school days, going back to Saffron Lane Sports Centre and seeing the old track, and the fact that it's not even changed in all these years, and I won't tell you how many years, but it hasn't actually changed a bit since I was at school. And I would have hoped that it would be an advanced sports and athletics track by now, and I hope to see that in the future. I had many enjoyment there. I was deeply impressed to be able to take on the 60-metre dash, and of course I didn't win because I'd lost all of that running talent some years ago. But it was brilliant to be able to join you in that. And I think that it's important to be able to see what Sikhs can do in sports, not just for now, but also in terms of our future generation, to be able to see the skills of resilience, of determination and sheer prowess come through are the sorts of skills that you need for life. As a child, I spent my time running around Western Park, not just running around, we had to do the long distance run every week. It was torturous, but it was enhancing. It taught you how to sustain and continue, even when you want to give up. You keep going, and you keep going, and you keep going. That is the discipline that sports brings you. Sikhs hold sport, of course, dear, and they hold a prominent place in the annals of many sports. And of course, we see that from cricketing greats like Bishan Bedi and Harbhajan Singh, giants of hockey such as Balbir Singh, and of course to fly-in Sikh Milkha Singh, to the incredible Pooja Singh, who took up running at the age of 89 and was still running marathons as he passed his 100th birthday. And though he has hung up his running boots, he is still going strong at 112. Wow. Sikhs have made their mark on the sports in which they take part and have made many breakthroughs in sports less traditional for them, such as football. We need to do more to ensure that Sikhs are able to rise in the sport of football, not just at player level, but in terms of the decision-making and leadership of the sport. And I will be doing as much as I can to ensure that that is realised. Much more, of course, can be done to promote and celebrate women in sport generally. And this applies to Sikh women too. But Sikh women have also stood out in their fields, such as hockey. The hockey legend Ajinder Kaur and shooting great Hina Sidhu. But much more remains to be done, and I hope in future years at these celebrations you will be honouring the great contribution that Sikh women make to sports here in Leicestershire. Outside of sports, there is also a challenging time We are in a challenging time, of course, but it's a challenging time not just because of the wars that we're seeing around the world, and you heard earlier about my stance in relation to the Middle East and in relation to the treatment of Palestinians in Gaza, but also wars in terms of Sudan and places where wars are continuing daily. But for Sikhs, there's also a huge challenge too. Not just here in the UK, but around the world. Anti-Sikh discrimination has risen sharply in recent years, including outright hate crime, especially but not exclusively against those who keep long hair. While the UK government, according to the Sikh Federation, treats Sikhs as invisible. At the same time, we are hearing very worrying reports of Sikh freedom activists being targeted by the Indian government in Punjab and North America, with the continued imprisonment and abuse of Ragi Singh Joel in India, the assassination of Hardeep Singh Nijjar in Canada, and the US government indicting the Indian government employee Nikhil Gupta for seeking a contract killer against Gurpatwant Singh Pannu. As part of what Gupta said was a broad campaign against Sikh activists for seeking Khalistan independence. It's not wrong to seek independence. It's not wrong to call for Khalistan. But these are hard topics. But Sikhs do not hide their eyes from what is happening around them. To that extent, that is where the relationship between sports, resistance, resilience, and determination shines bright. And in such a global environment, it is all the more important to raise the profile of Sikh communities and to open the minds of others to the great good that Sikhs do wherever they live, through their Sikhi and their Seva and their tirelessness to find ways to benefit all. In these areas, as well as an enjoyable end in itself, sports can be a vital vehicle for building awareness in every country of Sikhs and what they stand for, and how they both compete in sport and foster success for others, in their own communities and beyond. So I'm very happy indeed to pay tribute to Sikhs in sports and to our communities. The contribution of Sikhs has been tremendous. We saw that all through the pandemic, how the giving, the sharing, the contribution. I don't know how our community of Leicester East, in fact, would have survived were it not for the diligence, support, giving, seva, contribution that the Sikh community made. And I applaud you for that. And so we both are here, we're all here to celebrate the past achievements. But of course, we don't just celebrate the past. We don't just wake up, look in a mirror, and just reflect what we see. We're here to bring change. We're here to bring change because it's so important that we correct what we see. And sports teaches us the discipline of improvement, of correction, of detail, of attention and focus. And it's that discipline that is so needed for our future generation. We have to be able to pass on. We have to be able to see our future. We have to be able to plan for those whose future this world belongs. Thank you so much. Thank you.